Good morning. It's Vijay here. Today we will discuss about whether US can win against Iran. Last week we discussed about markets and war, and we said market generally, discount war because wars don't have an effect of more than 4 weeks. So let's look at what US and Iran may do. So now US is threatening that they will come and do. I mean, they will put ground troops on the ground in Iran. I have been warning that this particular air war will fizzle out in at best 4 weeks, and people will lose interest, like what happened in case of Ukraine. Now, and I've also said that if by chance the US decides to put troops on the ground, then it will be a very long drawn out, and then it will affect economies across the world and therefore the markets. Right now, I'm going with the most logical reasoning that they will not put troops on the ground for various reasons. First of all, let's understand what Iran is. Iran is half the size of India, and Iran is 4 times the size of Iraq. So the last major war where US was involved with its allies, 64 allies, was Iraq. So you have Iran being 4 times the size of Iraq, and it is half the size of India. And you also have geographically, Iraq didn't have mountains. Iran is covered with mountains. 52% of land area in Iran is covered by mountains. So mountain warfare is very difficult, which US in Afghanistan. They could not win in Afghanistan. They could not really win in Iraq. If you really look at Iraq, US's track record, they have not won outright any single war since World War II, whether it's be it Vietnam, whether Iraq or Afghanistan or even Bosnia Herzegovina. So, what are the chances of them winning, especially against a determined enemy who has determined it for last 40 years? It is not that they were not expecting. Iran was expecting. They have superior firepower than Iraq. They also have drones. For instance, these drones are only $50,000. They cost only $50,000, whereas a missile to hit a drone costs $1 million. So you need approximately two missiles because one missile may not be able to hit the drone. So for every $50,000 drone, if you want to down it, you have to put a $2 million missiles. So think of the economics. In the initial stages, the defense industry may rejoice, but the harm will be incalculable. And in terms of the kind of population, Iran is a Shia population. Shias are generally, persecuted by Sunnis, who are the majority in the world. So these guys are already persecuted people. So they know how to fight till death, unlike other Sunni countries. So the GCC is full of Sunnis. You still have lots of Shias in those GCC countries, so they can turn against the GCC countries. So Iran is now trying to do some warfare without actually firing. So now Strait of Hormuz, they have literally blockaded it by creating this scare among the ships. So oil prices have gone up. So I think sooner or later Trump will realize it. Common sense will dictate that he will do a taco. That is, Trump always chickens out. So I expect him to chicken out. That may be 4 weeks. It may not be more than 2 months. But should he illogically get into Iran with the boots on ground, then I think everything changes. So keeping in mind that he will not do it because of many reasons which I mentioned. So what one should do is at least what we are doing, we continue to hold our natural resources, which include gold, silver, metals, oil, power, which I think willy-nilly benefit. Not that we want to make money out of war, but in uncertain times, these are the safe havens. So I think markets also are beginning to realize that it will be only a matter of time. Therefore, if you see yesterday, US markets opened dramatically lower, about 1,200 points on the Dow Jones. Finally, it closed, I think, around some 400 points. 400 points lower. So 800 points pullback was there. So was it in S&P and Nasdaq. However, the Asian markets are all crashing because they had been overbought. I had mentioned this last week that Kospi was in a bubble. So the bubble is cracking. So was Japan. Japan is cracking. So is Hong Kong, and so on and so forth. So India, to that extent, is not in a bad shape because we never went up, and we are unlikely to go down significantly if my logical thinking works. So I'm giving a band of 24,000 on the lower side and 26,000 on the higher side for Nifty in the next few weeks and months. The lowest, I think, panic low could be around 23,000, and euphoric high could be around 27,000. So 23 to 27 in panic or euphoria. Regular will be 24 to 26,000. We are focused on natural resources. Whatever you do, I hope it is successful. Thank you for joining.